Hey, Hope, great to have you. Good to see you. So I just wanted to ask you a couple questions about how things went for you with the program and so like that. And so kind of talk to me about where were you before you started working with me?
I was still here.
That's good.
Uh, feeling pretty discouraged. I think I had just finished a Nutrisystem program
Yeah,
but for a couple months, and it went okay, but it just wasn't a really didn't feel like a very good fit. Didn't feel like a solution, and I was kind of in transition to figure out what to do next. So
sure. And
yeah.
what were you like, was there something you were skeptical about before starting with me?
Um, I just didn't know really anything. So I kind of knew of you as a personal trainer or something, but just didn't know what to expect. And I was kind of expecting kind of the same thing that I've always been like heard and had before, because I've had a personal trainer, but it was more gym related specifically. And she gave me some nutrition stuff, but I had no idea what to expect.
Sure. And like, was there anything that kind of held you back from, like, could have held you back from deciding to move forward with me?
Um, I Potentially, I think you did a good job of reassuring me that there'd be a commitment there on your part along with mine,
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
that's my experience was not having that was the person I was paying to follow up with me
Right.
at all. They kind of ghosted me, and so you did a good job being able to hear that and make sure I felt like confident that you were going to be there.
Good. Well, I'm
So
glad I was able to do that for you. That
yeah.
was like, it was great to have you in all the calls and stuff like that too. Well, tell me about what was your biggest breakthrough with the program?
I I think the biggest breakthrough is the realization that there's not I need to keep moving forward. Like um there's not going to be an aha moment that like I feel like I'm on a path for life now and not just a plan.
Sure.
And so that I guess being okay. I don't know. There's a lot to that, but there's a lot of internal work that's been happening, I think, more than the external.
Yeah. And were you expecting that in the program?
No, not
No.
at all. I
Okay.
just assumed it was going to be another program, another
Another program.
another to-do list. That's what I was expecting.
I remember when we first talked, that was something that concerned me. You're like, I already am so busy. I don't need just more to-dos I have to do through this. So yeah, I'm glad I didn't make more to-dos for you.
Yeah.
Well, so tell me about what were your specific results from the program?
um I started analyzing like what have I got, what do I feel like I've accomplished?
Yeah,
And in my head, because of all my other programs, I was expecting a number. And I didn't really get that number. And that had a lot to do with just factors, not the program. Um, but my ultimate goal was to find a way to eat long term.
right,
And I feel like that I absolutely got. It was a new way to look at food, a new way to look at how I eat. And I feel like I can do this. Like I have the ability to succeed and not it's not going to be a pass or fail
right.
life. That's been the biggest gain for me,
And
is
did
to
you
getting out of that mindset.
did you find in the program that there really wasn't anything that was off limits to you?
No, I think I put the limits on myself, and also finding verbalizing that and hearing someone say you can do it, just figure out how, was has been really really helpful,
Yeah,
because I was telling myself no,
right.
you know. Like
Yeah,
the avocado this last week was like the biggest thing. It was the biggest thing I love, and I haven't been eating it because it seemed like too much work to figure it out, and so I just felt like it was a no.
yeah.
And I've now it's on my weekly shopping list for this week, because I'm going to figure out how to make it work. And I think I
Absolutely.
have figured it out.
Good.
So
Well,
I'm
that's great.
excited.
So if you were to recommend this program to someone, who would you recommend it to?
Um, Anybody really. It's an everybody program.
Yeah,
Like, um, I think you have to be committed to sticking with it and figuring it out. But it's not really that either. So it's hard to explain. But I don't know. I keep talking about it to everybody, like what I'm doing and sharing what I'm doing. And it's just I think it fits anybody anywhere they're at. So my husband's excited because now he's like, I really need to just get in on it with you and be doing with you. So I'm not sabotaging you, all those things that he's
right,
identified where my struggles are. And he's like, how am I contributing to that?
right.
So
I've heard that from quite a few people that have gone through the program, is that all of a sudden their spouse is like, I think I need to do something different about this. Like, how can
yeah.
I help you differently than what I've been
And
doing in
and
the
it's not something that won't work for him if he joins my eating plan. Like if we're making meals together, he sees that it's not a my thing and his thing, whereas in the past when we've tried to do things together, it was that. Like
past?
we couldn't be on the same wavelength of the food.
Right.
So
And I think that's a lot of times when you run into those programs that you get so like pigeonholed, you have to eat this way and everyone else is eating a totally different way. And so then
yeah.
it's really hard to be able to keep that and sustain it long term, because everyone else is eating differently and you're not eating alongside with everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, Hope, I really appreciate you being in the program. It was great having you through the 12-week program. You did a great job with it. And I really appreciate all the hard work you did. And you just did a wonderful job through the whole thing. So I want to
Thank
say
you.
thank you so much for that.
I want to thank you for your encouragement. That's
Of course.
been probably the biggest part of this.
Good. Well, I'm glad. Well, thank you so much. Again, I really appreciate it. Okay.
You're
All
welcome.
right.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Okay.